There are many different ways to make a lot of money in Wartales, and you can do this pretty quickly as well. In today's video, I'm going to show you my top 5 favorite side hustles to do exactly that, from capturing outlaws, deserters, and even refugees for extra money to contracts, including assassination contracts. Increase the rates for them with certain paths and even establish trade routes, which can earn you a lot of money over the long time. In this guide, you're gonna have it all, so without further ado, let's get right to it. Before we get started, I quickly want to say a huge thanks to Shiro Games for making these videos possible. Once again, it's an honor to make content for a game which I absolutely love playing, so let's farm some money. Alright, so here we are in the Tiltron County Inn. This is an awesome place to start your adventures in Wartales, as it's very central on the map. It can be found in the Strumcap village, and if we zoom out, you can see that we have many different points of interest around us. Two most important ones right here are the Tiltron jail, in which you can turn in prisoners, both outlaws and deserters, for a nice amount of money, while this can also be done inside the lumber mill, which we're going to talk about next. First though, we're gonna visit the Tiltron jail, as this one is very important to pick up a specific blueprint, which you're gonna need to make it easier to hunt for these bad guys. So to the right, you will always find prisoners which you can interact with to possibly recruit for your crew, but these usually come with some pretty bad traits as well. So I recommend you to stick to the recruiting inside inns. Only do it right there, while on the left you will always find a jailer which you can interact with, and they will offer you both chains and ropes. Sometimes also some pretty important blueprints, which we're going to talk about in a second. But if you hand over a prisoner, you will reduce your wanted or suspicion level by 20. And in each prison, you can do this up to 4 times to reduce your wanted level to up to 80, let's say, and get a lot of crowns in return as well. The Tiltron jail only has enough room for 3 people every couple days, while if you go to the north, the Vertrusian jail has place for 4. Same counts for the one in the Grimir province, as well as the one in the Laundering region, while to the right in the Outlaws region, you will not find a prison. And of course, in the New Drumback region, it can also be found around these parts. You can basically catch anything in this game, while you want to focus on outlaws and deserters to make that money. All right, look at that. We just found some bad guys. They have this bandana icon. If they have the chains icon, those are the deserters. But bandits or outlaws are the guys you want to focus on. I think archers are pretty easy to capture, as they don't deal a lot of damage when you've engaged combat with them, while you want to be careful with killing them, as they are pretty squishy. But we just had a 50% chance to capture one. If it fails, just end turn, rinse and repeat. But of course, you want to do this only if you've cleared most of the bad guys. Sweet, so now we've got 2 guys captured. Also got some nice loot out of it. We're gonna heal everybody. Press continue. Also do a little bit of resting. Very important, before you rest, you want to make sure you put all your prisoners at the stocks, as this one will basically prevent prisoners from escaping during a rest. On level 1, it can only house 1 prisoner. On level 2, it will have twice the amount, while on level 3 or 2 stars, you can place 4 prisoners on it, which is definitely recommended if you want to make a lot of money with catching bad guys. You can see that his escapability went to 0, while if we take him away from it, it is 100%. During its first rest, it will probably not escape, while if it's free in your base for a couple times, then you might lose him during the rest. Since we're very close to Strumcap right now, I don't think it's going to be worth it to visit the jail. Instead, if you have quick travel, of course, I'm going to go to Strumcap right here. So we just repaired the armor of our characters. Now we're gonna use the travel to get to the Garusa clan. We even lost the guard while we were doing the quick travel. But as you can see, right here we have 2 different squads. Outlaws and deserters, which we can both pick up to basically place in jail. I'm gonna quickly place a python right here. But yeah, we can pick up either one of these crews or focus on the gang right there. Well, I'm gonna save this one for later, as it's not gonna despawn. So let's first focus on the prisoners. Alright, so we've got a little bit of loot, 2 prisoners, and this basically brings us to a total of 4. So we've got Leotos and Foran. The stocks are full and we still have a little bit of energy left. before we have to rest. So it's always nice to capture these guys very close to the prison, as right now we're just gonna travel to this little Python. Just a couple meters further away from it, we go to the Laundering jail. We still have 32 wanted level, so what we could do, steal some rope, and now we have 80 wanted level. But if we hand over a prisoner, that's 1, 2, they give us 85 to 90. This time, I'm only allowed to turn in 3 prisoners, but you can see that we've almost eliminated the entire wanted level. So say if I was able to do 4, then we had 0. And if you don't think it's really worth it to wait for the prison to have space again, you can either visit another one or you can just dismiss your prisoner, as this is also a possibility. You just go to camp, right click him, manage companion, and then release. By the way, let me know in the comments if you've already found a difference between release or dismiss, as I don't really think there is. It feels like both dismissing and releasing does the exact same thing. The next way to earn money is pretty similar, but it requires us to capture a different kind of people. And this time we're gonna focus on refugees, as these are the ones which you can also make quite some money with. The knapsack dudes, basically. So if you interact with them, you can usually give them some goods, for example, wolf sausages to get some influence, while this time we're gonna attack him. Alright, so we currently have 7 versus 11, and at the end of the round, more reinforcements are coming. But this is a good thing, as specifically for the refugees, you can capture as many of them as possible. There's no limit to this. Alright, so we just captured 5 civilians. As you can see, right now, what we can do is travel towards the north. Right here you will find this Tiltron lumber mill, and very important, you want to make the right decisions here. I mean, you can mess up your safe. It's a small spoiler, but trust me, side with the bad guys for once, as then you'll be able to interact with Ines. To trigger this quest, you want to pick up a key inside this little crate to go down into this cellar. And there you will find some poor civilians, but also a knowledge book inside this crate. But yeah, once you've done that, you'll be able to interact with Ines, and then she will recruit prisoners. And these have to be civilians. You get a lot of money when you turn them in, and the crazy thing is you can keep doing this. It's so much easier than catching outlaws and deserters, and instead of getting rid of your wanted level, this one also gets you both lumber and 10 influence each. Come along, you lovely people, into the basement. But we just got our hands on 25 wood, 50 influence, and 500 coins after resolving combat once, walking a couple meters north, and there you have it. Now sitting at 2,000 crowns. After a night's rest in the Tiltron Inn, it's time to talk about our next one, the contracts. And I don't really think I have to cover the contracts themselves. I mean, they are pretty straightforward. While the more you make progression in the game, the more different contracts you can unlock, and you can even discuss their rates. So right here we have Vanquish the Thorinon Gang. Normally you just press accept, while now if we have a certain path, we can start negotiating. And the more influence we use, the higher the chance of success. So this will raise the reward. Instead of 200, we will get 240 if we successfully negotiate this rate. While I recommend you to stick between 75 and 80. Normally this works. It doesn't always work, but it's a pretty high chance for it to succeed. So we just did that 3 times with 70 to 80% chance. And instead of 200, we now get a rate of 346 after we've completed this mission. So we're going to accept the offer. Definitely do this for the red infestations and the boss fights, as wow, you can make like 500-600 coins. Of course, before you can negotiate the rates, you want to unlock a certain path. So we're going to press W or open up the path tab. And this is where you want to go to the trade and craftsmanship. There you will find negotiators, the possibility to negotiate missions in the list of bounties. And that's where you spend your influence to get a higher rate. You can always save, by the way, before you do this, as if you fail to negotiate, you will lose the influence. While the second tier, which you can pick up, is increase by 1 the number of missions you can accept in the list of bounties. If you want to make this list even higher, you want to go to the crime and chaos path, as right here you have assassins in the making, access to assassination missions or contracts in the list of bounties. Since we're talking about missions, I think it's also interesting to go for the exterminators to get 50 influence after purging a rot nest, while this can also increase the loot you get from them. If that's not enough, there are 3 more ways to make a ton of money in Wartales. And the nice thing is, these go hand in hand, as we're just gonna visit one village after the next one, visit A to B, bring some goods while we're at it. Also gonna steal a couple of those here and there, so let's get to it. First off, the trade market. So via our trading posts, you can see that we've got Korcia in the Arces region, Stromcap in the Tiltren region, Marheim in the Vertruse region. There is another one in Gothenburg City, by the way. We've got New Astol in the Drombak region and a Grusa clan in the Herek or Swamp region. And every major village also comes with its own production line. So right here we can find woolen cloth. We can find pottery as well as amber. So if you visit the market and talk to the guy in the center, this guy will always sell 5 crates of each, or well, that's what I experienced so far. 5 woolen cloth, 5 pottery, and 5 amber. So with more path upgrades, you can reduce the price of trade goods. So instead of 50, now it's 45. So after purchasing all these crates, we lost 785 coins, or well, it's basically an investment because we're gonna bring these to the next town and we're gonna make a lot of profit while we're at it. And while we were making the way to Marheim, the village in the north, we also came across a contract. So since we're pretty close to the jail, we can just quickly do this contract, deliver it to the jail, but now we're just gonna walk towards the north. While you're making these runs, by the way, you want to keep an eye on all the merchants you come across, as this one sells us a bow with a sell price of over 200 and a piece of armor with over 150. So we're going to take our character with which we have trained our thievery. So she will reduce the suspicion gained every time when we steal something. Just going to steal both, as we currently don't have a wanted level. Well, we almost went up to 2, but these goods are pretty valuable. And I'm going to show you in a second where you can launder them. So troops are pretty tired, but here we are in Marheim. So the nice thing about this is that we also picked up a contract for which we're going to have to travel to Marheim. So all these means of making money go hand in hand. We just have to go to the informant and bring a message to him. So we're going to quickly visit the tavern, talk to the informant who is right here in the inn, and we're going to inform him. And look at that, we just got our hands on a lot of money. Now we can pick up a lot more quests, but we came here for the market goods, right? And as you can see, this town has different production line: spices, scrolls, and silver. So we're gonna visit the market, click on the lady in the center, and then we're gonna go to our goods. And you can see that instead of 45, which was the purchase price, we get 67 for the woolen cloth, and we get 98 for the pottery. So I'm just gonna sell all the goods, and according to my calculations, we just earned 355 money by just doing this 1-minute walk from one village to the next one. And if we need to go to another town to pick up some new contracts or quests, well, we can just stock up all these goods once again and bring them to somewhere else. Unfortunately, though, it is not possible to sell stolen goods at merchants, because then we will raise our suspicion meter or wanted level. But this camp equipment, the camp chest, allows you to launder items which are stolen during rests little by little. So if we assign our thief to it, open up the chest and put all our stolen goods in there, after a couple rests, they will turn normal, and then we can sell them to a merchant. But during your playthrough, you can come across bandit lairs, and they are shown up on the map exactly like this. The more guards you still have in a certain area, the more skulls it will have, so that will basically indicate the amount of reinforcements there will come. But after you've taken down every single one of those squads, the bandit lairs aren't well protected anymore, and you can invade them. I think the lakeside camp is also a hidden bandit lair, while one can also pop up a little bit southwest of Stromcap. We also have one right here, very close to the Tiltren tomb. But once you've cleared these, this will be your black market. Once again, you're gonna need a path though to unlock the black markets, but this can be found in the crime and chaos tab. So you basically want to reach level 4 with this. You can also still spend a couple more points at this, but let's clear the bandit lair, and you guessed it, here we will find more bandits, outlaws, which we can capture as prisoners and turn into prison for even more money. The RNG sometimes with the capturing can be pretty annoying. So now we can loot all the goods in this camp. Sometimes you will find even more trade goods, which you can get your hands on right here. But look at that, a blueprint, tooth color, salt scoop, and so much more. These places are literally filled with treasure. While after you've unlocked the black market, you can interact with the black market agents right here. And funny thing is, you can also steal manuals from them. While it's a little bit weird that this also raises your wanted level, but hey, now we can sell the bow for not a lot of money, but still, if you just want to make quick buck, then this is going to be your best bet. And after you've sold them, they will also be laundered. So if you repurchase them, they don't pop up as stolen items anymore. In the Anthes region, inside one of the watchtowers, I also came across an item which is going to come in very handy for stealing items. This backpack accessory has a chance that the stolen item may not be considered as stolen. I'm not sure how large the chances are, but I think it's about 50-50. So sometimes if I steal something, it doesn't pop up as stolen, and then you can sell it for the full price. Alright, so here we are once again at the Gothenburg border crossing, going back to Tiltren, as we've got those trade goods from Marheim. If we sell them to the Tiltren merchants, they will give us a lot of money once again. And while you're doing this trip, you want to make sure that you check out all the merchants, as this one, for example, has some pretty valuable goods. We can steal those, launder them at the black market, or keep them to ourselves. But I always like to go for these gray clusters, as you can make rhyme steal with this, and we're not getting a lot of suspicion with a high thief level. We can pick up some bandits right here as well. Well, we already have 3 prisoners with us from liberating the bandit lair, so all we have to do is go to the jail, drop off these dudes for 90-ish each, reduce our wanted level while we're at it, and now that we're tired, we can rest a little bit. If you dropped off the prisoners first, of course, this will cost you less food. You will have less food consumption, while now, arriving at Stromcap with just a couple minutes of travel, we go to the market, talk to this guy once again, and look at all the money we can make with this. But yeah, there you have it. Once you've unlocked all the trade stations, you can visit every inn much more frequently, refresh them for better companions, or of course focus on areas where you still have most contracts to do. If you combine all these different ways of making money together during your adventures, you're gonna be rich in no time. So when you're doing these contracts, just pick up a couple of outlaws or deserters, bring them to the jail. While the refugees, in my opinion, are the easiest way to make money. You can do this infinitely if you just stick close to Stromcap, basically. They will give you 10 influence, 5 lumber, and also a lot of coin. But that is basically it. Ladies and gentlemen, a big thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you find this video helpful. And yeah, if you have any questions about the game, suggestions for future videos, I'd love to hear about them in the comment section. Right now, though, it is 4 AM out. I wish you an awesome day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.